Hello, my friends. Welcome. Today is another Artist Trading Card a Day challenge day for Art Joy Sharing. And the prompts for this week are denim and manila card and metal and wallpaper and cereal box. So I'm going to make about 5 ATCs in the live show today. And Shell made a few ATCs too, so check her out. But I am just playing around with some of the backgrounds, and remember last week I was working with some shrink plastic, so I have some shrink plastic pieces that I've been playing with out on my desk, and I'm going to use them to make some ATCs. So this first one is a black one that I started gel printing on the show from last week. I do have some videos from 5 and 6 years ago where I was telling you about shrink plastic and the properties and how to use them, and so I'm not going to go into a great amount of detail on that, but I will try to remember to put a link in the description box, so if you're interested in seeing that, you can watch that video. I have these pieces that I'm putting some color behind and getting some brads out and gluing things down, and I will have my very first ATC of the day, which is, let me think, this is the manila. I started out with the manila background and a gel printed piece, and now I'm just using some brads to hold that in place. I will have to put backers on these, but I'm just showing you how to assemble pretty much these components into an ATC. So I have these little hearts. I'm going to glue those down with some glossy accents, and then I end up filling the center of them with little glossy accents also, just to add a little more dimensional element to that particular card. So the next one up, I think I'm looking around for a few things, but I think the next one up is denim. I think originally I had intended to sew on the denim, but yeah, that didn't happen. So I was having some difficulty with my machine, and I just thought, oh, I'm going to glue things down. What the heck? So I have these die cuts. This is a Tim Holtz die from Sizzix. I'm going to use my little two-way glue stick here to glue those down on the piece of denim that's glued to a piece of cardstock and get my background started. Really like these funky little flowers. So I have them cut out in a couple of different colors that I thought would stand out nicely on the denim, and I'm looking at pieces. I was thinking a butterfly or something. My little tag that I have is one that I created last week when I was gel printing, and it says something about soar, but yeah, I'm looking for a butterfly to go on this card. These are not quite what I'm looking for. I look through these and they look a little bit too antique. I find a little bird, but yeah, it's not going with the vibe that I have on this particular card. So I go to my other stash and I grab some embellishments. I have some brads that are shaped like creatures, dragonflies, bees, butterflies, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to pull a couple of those out in appropriate colors, and I will get my pick and poke some holes and get those brads applied, and I will then have completed number 2 for this week, which is denim fabric. So yeah, get your jean material out or whatever you want to use and play with some denim. So I'm poking some holes through the shrink plastic because I need to adhere that down to my card along with these little dragonflies. Aren't they cute? I'm enjoying this one. It's got some fun going on. Okay, third one for today is, and remember I'll have close-up shots at the end there for you, so don't fret if you miss something. Okay, so next up is metal. I have this paper. It's a scrapbook paper from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Looks like metal. She has lots of different things, rocks and wood and metal and, you know, fun stuff. But I found these buttons in my collection of stuff, and I'm looking for metal components to go on this. And as I'm looking through it, it has kind of a rustic look, so I'm looking at my little paper dolls from Tim Holtz, and I thought, yeah, you know, they remind me of the old Tin Lizzie, the rust bucket that, you know, we used to drive, and they used to take these cars out touring, and I think about my grandmother and her big hats and touring on the weekends in the car. You know, that's what they used to do for entertainment, is they'd go and take these road trips. So I'm going to glue a few of these things down. Going to take a silver leaf pen, go around the edge of that, and then I'm going to splatter some of that silver. I really like that silver splatter on there. Add my components, and that will be metal for number, what is it, 18, 15, 16. We're doing a month-long challenge for Art Joy Sharing, and so that's number 16. I'm going to add some color to the little piece of shrink plastic I'm going to use on here. I'll end up adding some more brads and things to hold stuff in place. But you can see there's the stamp that I stamped on that shrink plastic to make my little piece that goes onto my ATC. So these are a lot of fun to make. Don't forget, I do have that other video if you're interested in playing along with some of these things. Okay, that is about it for the metal one. Once I get these brads in place. So next up will be wallpaper. I have a whole book of wallpaper that I picked up from my local paint supply. Just looking at the things I have on my desk. And, oh, I guess not wallpaper next. It is the box. This is a shipping box that I got in the mail and cut down, and I'm just gluing some paper strips and things onto it. That little shrink plastic butterfly seemed to have stuck to the strip of paper on my desk, so it just became a component. And then I'm going to find a quote that I like on my desk, and that will finish out the box ATC for this week. If you're not a member of Art Joy is Sharing, come and join us on Facebook. There's just a few questions to answer, and we'll be happy to have you join us. So next up, I'm going to find my background. There's my wallpaper. There's a piece of wallpaper I've cut out. I know it's brown. Shell is going to say brown, ugh. But I'm kind of liking it. I'm thinking it's a great background for what I'm going to put on here. I'm still thinking about that little bee embellishment, and I want to use it. So I'm going to use the little bee. I'm going to find another quote that I want to use. I'm looking for a brad to adhere that. I decide not to use that other piece of shrink plastic as the quote. And I look through my quote stash and I find something more appropriate. And what it says is, your imagination is a weapon of mass destruction against everyday reality. So I'm going to color that with some antique linen distress ink and add it. The white was just too stark white, and so I needed to change the color of the background, and that's easily done with some ink. And I will get that cut up and glued down and our bee on there, and that will be wallpaper, and that will be all 5 of the ATCs that I created in an hour and a half on the live show. So it really doesn't take that long to create these little small pieces of art. I hope you are enjoying this series, and will check out Shell and the other people and the hashtag that are doing ATCs every day in the month of June. Thanks, everybody.